Every born again believer that is following the Bible and doing the will of God should love the judgment of God in this dispensation. Did that boy just say that? I did. We don't, because I'm sorry, just these half-studied people are saying stuff that God has not given them. See, everybody in the body of Christ has not been given PR permission. Public relations. If I was a police officer, I was involved in a shooting, I shot the person. I was there through the entire progress. I tried to de-escalate. I followed all my training to try to de-escalate. But at the end of it, I had to shoot this person. That person is laying there either dead or bleeding, right? The detectives show up on the scene. I was a part of the entire thing. I know what happened from start to finish. I am the one that pulled the trigger. I will not be the one that will talk to the news media when they come. There is a person, watch this, that is hired by the police department that I have to give that information to. They have to take that information and put that information in a palatable discussion to give to the news media, because they are assigned to talk to the news media, not me. And what I'm saying is every believer has not been given PR permission. Every podcast has not been given. It's free. Anybody can buy a camera, buy lights, and come up with conversations and get on there and say God said. But because they say God said does not mean that God permitted. Here's what we got to learn how to do. Many of those same people got to share their testimony, share Jesus, and shut up. But see, that's not enough. That's just not and what's happening is we are messing the body of Christ up. For me, as a pastor who is passionate about what I do, I am most concerned about those who are considering giving the church a try, giving the church a second chance, and baby Christians. And unfortunately, most people that are on podcasts and they care nothing about the person, the baby Christian, the person that wants to give the church another chance, and the person that wants to give the church a try. Just imagine those three groups of people who hear that the church is whack. I want to give a church a chance, but a man that's been in the church for years just said the church is whack. The institution is whack. The institution, what we go to on Sunday, is whack. Just imagine hearing that from somebody that's been in it for years and is also a pastor. What's going to make me want to give it a second try when I hear that? What's going to make it? What's going to make me want to give it a try? And then what is the baby Christian? How is the baby Christian going to go to how are they going to look now when they go into this institution because they heard somebody say it? We think that we're doing the church a justice by talking about all the trouble that's going on in the church, all the mess that's in every church. Even the person who talking, even the person that got the podcast got mess going on. What I wish they would do while they're talking about God's bride, because it's his bride, messed up and all, it's his bride. Lord, I wish y'all would share this. Messed up and all, the church is God's bride. What I wish some of these men would do, and women, what I wish they would do is share the mess about their marriage. Share the mess about your husband. Share the mess about your wife. But for some reason, we feel like we got this free card to share all the mess about God's bride. It's his bride. Now, I'm still in this judgment because what we often call judgment is actually God defending. And sadly, you better hear me prophetically. Sadly, there are going to be a lot of believers who are going to find themselves up against the arm of God because God has to still defend his bride.